Hey guys, welcome to this video. Today I'm gonna start a new series on the top 5 ArcoLinux distributions. So in this video we're gonna start installing the first one of the 5, and that is ArcoLinux. ArcoLinux is ranked 4th on DistroWatch now. And my top 5 will exist of ArcoLinux, Garuda Linux, Manjaro Linux, Endeavour OS, and Arch Linux. So we have all the big distributions in the series, and we'll do an installation. We'll do a second video on customization. We'll do a third video on security and benchmarking. We'll probably do a video while we're installing a window manager and configuring it. And of course, a conclusion video of what I thought of this distribution. So without further ado, let's start the installation. So here we're starting the installation of ArcoLinux, and I've chosen to take the KDE version of all the distributions. So this is also the KDE version of ArcoLinux. This is on hardware, so this is on my laptop. And I've also started on my main PC. So on my main PC, we have been running ArcoLinux now for a week. And so far so good. It's a very good distribution. I like the choices that they make on installing a couple of things by default. Although I'm not really a fan of installing a couple of things, but I'll show you that in after the installation. And I also found a bug or something like that with the first updates that you install via Discover. But that's something that I will show you during the installation. So here we are after installation. You can see we have no internet connection, so we have to install our Wi-Fi. And we should be connected. So first things first, we'll update the mirrors. That's done. And then we have two choices here. So you have the beginner installation and you have the advanced installation. If you do the advanced installation, you have to choose every step. So what kind of kernel you want to install, what kind of login manager you want to install, what kind of programs you want to install, everything. You can have a choice on it. But I want to do the beginner installation, as I will do on all the Linux distributions and the default installation. So I will also start here with the default installation. As we chosen ArcoLinux with the KDE of the Plasma desktop, we'll be using it all over in all the distributions. So begin the installation. American English, that's fine. Yeah, I'm not plugged into a power source, that's fine. I'm still in Europe and in the Amsterdam zone. English US is fine by me. So we're gonna replace everything. Gonna do a erase disk, and we're gonna do a swap file. Gonna click next. We're gonna put in our username. Gonna put in our password. Repeat the password. We don't want to log in automatically, but we do want to use the same password for the administrator account. Click next, click install, and install now. So this will take a while. You can see now it's 3:58, so it takes about 5 minutes, so we'll be back after the installation. So as you can see, it's done. So we are at 4:05, so it took about 7 minutes to install. So let's click on done. And I see the grub bootloader. You won't be seeing that because the capture card doesn't capture it yet. And here you see the STDM login. So we're going to log in. So here we are after the installation. You can see we have to provide our password for the Wi-Fi. So let's be booted in. Did I type it wrong? Probably. No. So now connected. And of course we do the update ArcoLinux. This mirror list. Put in the password so it can save. Okay, done. And this is something that for you is very interesting. So you have the release info, choose your project, core info, fast track, forum, donate, get involved, debug, and YouTube. ArcoLinux is more a learning Linux distribution. So on the website of ArcoLinux, you can choose to go through a couple of steps. You can start with a plain install of ArcoLinux and then install everything via script. So you can learn a lot about Linux step by step. But you also have the default ISOs, like I downloaded the ArcoLinux B with the Plasma desktop environment. And you can just install it like that. So they do their customizations on it. So the theming and that kind of stuff is already done. And you get a plain installation of the desktop environment or window manager you would like to install. Because ArcoLinux has a lot of different desktop environment, but also a lot of different window managers. So you can choose a lot of them. I'm not going to start it again, so I'm going to close this one. And I'm going to show you around. So you have here show desktop, you have your date and time with your calendar, you have your hidden icons, your network connection, so for me it's Wi-Fi, your most recent used devices, your Bluetooth, battery, volume. Your variety is your wallpaper changer. So this is a very nice one. It changes wallpapers automatically. You can choose what image, you can set it fast, you can set it from different sources. Your notifications, and here you have your updates, but I'll come to that in a bit. Here you have your menu with your recent applications, of course. Development, now there's nothing much in there. On the graphics, you have the document viewer, Quen view, and Ocular. On the internet, you have your defaults, and Firefox is installed by default, and your KDE Connect options. Multimedia, not much, just the defaults. Office, just document viewer and Ocular. On the settings, all your settings. So add the remove software, network configuration, your A-render, Conky, desktop treasure, the tweak tool. So let's go into the ArcoLinux tweak tool. It's a very nice tool. It gives you quite a lot of options. So your auto start, what do you want to start on startup? Desktop. Here are all the desktop and window managers you would like to install. So you can choose from all of them. Like I said, they have a lot, and within this one you can install the other desktop as well. Grub, so the customizer, LightDM, fixes. So we have a couple of fixes in there. Mirrors, NeoFetch. What do you want to show in NeoFetch? Pacman. What do you want to do as well? Privacy settings, SDDM, terminals, terminal fun. So all kind of things with lolcat. So if you want to do NeoFetch with lolcat, you can. Themes. So that's for your i3 window manager, awesome, and Qtile. User and CSH. What else do we have in here? ArcoLinux welcome, the crop customizer, your printer settings, system settings, and YAT. So this is your notifier settings. On the system, all your default things that you would expect. But like I said, I don't like a couple of things. So here you have Alacrity as your terminal emulator. But we also have Console as a terminal emulator. We also have Termite, URX3T, and Yaquake. So we have 5 terminals installed, terminal emulators installed on the system. You can access it different ways. So if you do mod enter, we get console. If I do mod T, I get URX3T. If we do F12, of course we get Yaquake. And then you also have, I think maybe Control T. It's the same as mod T, but still you have also Termite installed as well. So you can choose a lot of different ones. I think it's a bit much choice to have so many different terminals already. But you have your USB image writer, USB stick formatter, system settings and all that kind of stuff, sys card. So looking good. Utilities, not that much. Simple ones. Like I said, Conky Zen and Arco Tweak Tool. Spectacle, Variety and Vim. So all the defaults are installed by default, so that's very good. Not too much, except for the terminals. And now we go to the updates. This is something that I found in my installation on my main PC as well. This is looking good. It's updating. It says, okay, we have several updates, so it's fetching it. And as soon as I do update all, at a certain point, you get an error. Nothing special, we can work around it. I will show you that in a minute, but it will give an error. In the meantime, like I said, we're doing the installation video, we're doing the theming and modifying video. We're gonna do a video on checking the security settings on this environment and benchmarking. And we're gonna be installing a window manager, and we also have a conclusion video at the end. So it's gonna be 5 videos per distribution, and as they're all based on Arch, it will be nice to see what is the best one, and at least at the end of the 5 reviews to use in your on your machine. But it will be a choice of mine, so I will look at it from a very experienced user to see what I like most and what I don't like. In this video we'll be not going over all the tweaking and that kind of stuff. I will show you that later. I was expecting the error already to pop up, but it doesn't yet, so it takes quite a while. If you want to see something else in Capture in this video series, So if you have a preference for a window manager, let me know in the comments below. If you have a preference to see something else, so like a particular software installation, a particular theming, a particular window manager, anything, let me know in the comments below. So we just wait for the error, if it comes up, of course. As you can see, it takes quite some time before everything is getting updated and that kind of stuff. And I have a decent internet connection, so it's not something that is really relevant to the internet connection as far as I know. But overall, I must say ArcoLinux is a very nice distribution. It has a lot of advantages. So on the website you will find a lot of things how to get familiar with ArcoLinux and installing all different kinds of things, like different kinds of desktops and that kind of stuff. Eric Dubois is a very nice guy, and he makes almost daily, or at least a couple of times a week, a video on using ArcoLinux. So if you want to learn a lot, you can use ArcoLinux, or at least go to the website and follow ArcoLinux on YouTube as well to see all the things that he's doing for the distribution. Takes a while, quite. And here it is, the error. So unknown error. Yeah, it's pretty fake. An unknown error. Yeah, unknown error on what? So the first time that you do your updates, we open a terminal. And we do sudo pacman -s press enter, put in our passwords. And it will start with the installation. So it can be that it's because of this question, replace hard HWIDS with HW data. So we can use yes or no, put yes. Proceed to the installation, yes. It can also be this, because you have to import a PGP key. Default is yes, so we're gonna do that. So it can be either or both of them causing the unexpected error in Discover. It's now checking the package integrity. And it will start installing. The updates. It's going pretty fast, so the advantage of installing a desktop environment is that everything is installed already. So like your video drivers, your key mappings and that kind of stuff. Sound is already installed. If you do a window manager installation, you have to do that all by yourself. If you do a plain Arch installation, you have to do all that by yourself. So if you use an installer like an ArcoLinux or Endeavour OS or Manjaro Linux, all the hard work is already done for you. But if you want to have complete control of your system, yeah, you do the complete installation of Arch the Arch way, or via the Arch script that's currently on the ISO. That I think is very good. Or you can use an Endeavor as you get a minimal environment, and you just start from there. But all of those are options, and I like options, but I also like ease of use. So if I use something like Endeavor OS and I want to use KDE desktop environment, or I want to use a window manager, I choose that one to installation and just tweak it then afterwards. Because in ArcoLinux installation, you have to do it once or twice to get familiar and to know a lot about your system. But if you do it multiple times, again and again, it's something like, okay, let's do the steps again and let's start installing everything that we need to install again. But just choosing something like an ArcoLinux or Manjaro Linux and start from there as they installed everything for you is very nice. So installation is done. You saw no errors. So something in Discover upgrade script that's not going correctly. But as you see, the installation is done. We have upgraded. And yeah, that's it for this video. So I will see you in the next one, guys. So have fun with Linux and bye for now.